you smile and know that through the good and through the bad, I was on your side when nobody could hold us down. We claimed the brightest star, and we came so far, and no, we won't forget. Whenever you remember times gone by, remember how we held our heads so high when all this world was there for us, and we believed that we could touch the sky. Whenever you remember, I'll be there. Remember how we reached our dreams together. Whenever you remember, when you think back on all we've done, I hope you're proud when you look back and see how far we've come. It was our time to shine, and nobody could hold us down. They thought they'd see us fall, but we stood so tall, and no, we won't forget. Whenever you remember times gone by, remember how we held our heads so high when all this world was there for us, and we believed that we could touch the sky. Whenever you remember, I'll be there. Remember how we reached our dreams together. Whenever you remember, yeah. We came so far, and know that we showed them all, and no, they won't forget. Whenever you remember times gone by, remember how we held our heads so high when all this world was there for us, and we believed that we could touch the sky. Whenever you remember, I'll be there. Remember how we reached our dreams together. Whenever you remember, whenever you remember. Ooh, whenever you remember.
Good afternoon and welcome. We are thankful you have joined us for this important ceremony as we celebrate and honor the Northrop High School class of 2021. As the principal of Northrop High School, I certify that these students have met the graduation requirements of Fort Wayne Community Schools in the Indiana Department of Education. Upon receipt of their diploma today, they will be the graduates of the 49th class of Northrop High School. If you will all please stand as we honor the Northrop High School class of 2021, please remain standing until after the Pledge of Allegiance.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our soloists, Sophia Skimbos, trumpeters, Tyler Wigman, Anna Franks, and Coral Tao, and to Wigden Hussein for the Pledge of Allegiance. It is my pleasure to introduce our special guest, Dr. Mark Daniel, Superintendent of Fort Wayne Community Schools. Get Nichols, Chief of School Leadership. Northrop alumni, Kathy Friend, Chief Financial Officer. Julie Hollingsworth, School Board Member. Would the Northrop High School administrators, counselors, teachers, and staff members please stand? Thank you for your commitment to these students. I would also like to introduce our salutatorian, Madeline Kay, with a GPA of 4.636. Your valedictorian, Emily Jackson, with a GPA of 4.692. Toughness, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. This is the definition of resiliency, and this defines the class of 2021. You were unstoppable, not because you didn't have failures and not because you didn't have doubts, but because you continued on despite them. Each of these graduates have accomplished something special. They worked through a social pandemic where they learned that our world can be a scary place to live. They survived a health pandemic when they didn't know which day was Group 1, Group 2, or virtual. They mastered Zoom and Google Docs. They finished projects virtually and passed many tests. They were resilient, but none of these students completed these tasks on their own, because as we all know, it takes a village to raise a child. We also know that a quality education experience comes from a strong community, not just a school building. We are a strong team of students, parents, teachers, and community working together to produce positive contributors to our society. Thank all of you here today for being part of this village. The Northrop class of 2021 has been part of something monumental. They have dealt with 4 years of construction, pandemics, and they still ranked among the top in the state in academics, athletics, and the fine and performing arts. What an amazing 4 years of hard work and achievements. They have shown true dedication. I have high expectations for all of these seniors as they continue their journey as Bruin alumni. Seniors, please remember to always be kind to yourself and to be kind to one another. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Mark Daniel, Superintendent of Fort Wayne Community Schools.
Graduates, congratulations on making it to this day. You experienced and learned much since entering kindergarten in the fall of 2008. While the past year has been particularly challenging, the lessons you have learned and persistence you have shown to reach this point demonstrates that you are ready to move on to the next phase of your lives. Whether you're heading to college, enlisting in the military, starting your career, or taking time off. Taking time off to find your path in life. I hope you're leaving Northrop High School in these critical success skills and what we call the 6 C's. Let me talk a little bit about the 6 C's, because as I visited with corporate leaders in our community, they talked to me about what are the success skills your students are acquiring. And I say to them, wait until you hear what they're doing and what they can do and what they've learned. Those 6 C's are character. Having a strong character is demonstrated by being responsible, having integrity, and being resilient. Class of 2021 has shown resilience like no other, and you have clearly learned that persistence pays off. Citizenship. As graduates of Fort Wayne Community Schools, you have had the unique opportunity to learn with and learn from students of different races, ethnicities, family structures, socioeconomic backgrounds, and so on and so on. That experience, whether you realize it now or not, helps you to think like a global citizen, to have compassion for others, and to better understand the complexities of a diverse world. Collaboration, I love this one. Throughout your years in school, you have had many opportunities to work independently and to work with your teachers and peers. Some of those experiences have likely been great, and some not so. But even in those times, you have learned important negotiation and management skills that you will use in your future career. Communication. This one's self-explanatory. If you can't communicate effectively, you will struggle to succeed. We all continue to work on this one our entire lives as our language transforms and the tools we use to communicate are ever-changing. Creativity. Well, I used to think that's only for artists. And, they're being creative. Well, not so. We have found creativity is needed in every discipline to ask the right questions, pursue new ideas, and be willing to fail. A creative mind can take what is learned in a failed attempt and apply it to a second, more successful attempt. And finally, critical thinking. A key change in education today is we're moving away from memorization and toward problem solving. You have unlimited knowledge at your fingertips, but you need to know how to evaluate that information and use it to solve problems. We have robots, computers that can do many things for us, but only human beings can take that knowledge and make it meaningful. So, character, citizenship, collaboration, communication, creativity, critical thinking. As you go off to your next adventure, think about how you can hone these skills for your own success and the success of your community. Wherever you go, I hope you return to Fort Wayne with your 6 C's intact and enthusiasm to continue moving our great city forward. Again, thank you and great fortune for you, graduates of 2021. Now it's my pleasure to introduce someone that is from your class who will have undoubtedly a much better speech than I just had. But I'll tell you, it's always great to hear from students, and I love that. Your salutatorian, Madeline Kay.
To our Superintendent, Dr. Daniel, our Principal, Ms. Bryan, honorable guests, parents, and graduates, I want to say thank you for being here. I'm sure it's been said a million times, but this past year has turned out to be a little different from what people were expecting, to say the least. For that reason, it means a lot that so many of us are able to be here right now and celebrate this momentous occasion. This year has presented a unique set of challenges, and I'm really proud of us for being able to overcome them and roll with the punches. With everything from navigating e-learning to inconsistent schedules, weekly 2-hour delays, it hasn't been easy, but we did it. When it comes to milestones like this, I think it's important to reflect on the moments in your life that have led you to where you are now. It's crazy to look back and see how much I've learned and grown throughout my life, but especially during my time in high school. The first thing that comes to mind is that freshmen will believe almost anything, including there being a swimming pool on Northrop's roof. While it's unfortunate that said pool doesn't exist, I recently found out there's a greenhouse. It's silly little things like this that I hope to remember from my time here, as well as more important lessons from the classroom and interactions with others. To be honest, freshman year feels like just yesterday and a lifetime ago all at the same time. 4 years ago, I never imagined that I'd be standing here right now and certainly not giving a speech. I could have never done this without the support of those around me, and I'd like to give an especially big thank you to my parents. In line with that subject, I want to talk a little bit about mental health. I personally struggle a lot with anxiety. It stopped me from doing things that I probably would have really liked or just should have done, especially because public speaking is one of the things that makes me incredibly anxious, which I'm sure is pretty clear by now. This past year has been particularly taxing on people's mental well-being, and I just want to let those who might be struggling know that you are not alone. It's important that you reach out to someone you trust and talk to them about how you're feeling, because your feelings are valid, and they do eventually, things improve. I spend a lot of time in my head overthinking everything, including what my life might look like even 1 year from now. Because of that, as a kid, I never really planned this far ahead in my life with any certainty. And while I still don't have the most clear vision of my future, I know I want to do something that makes a difference, and I encourage all of you to do the same. As cliche as it is, we are the future, so let's make sure that means something. I'd like to end with a quote from Maya Angelou that feels relevant to this transitionary stage of life. You can't really know where you are going until you know where you have been. Congratulations, class of 2021, and best of luck with whatever comes next. I'd now like to introduce Valedictorian Emily Jackson.
Good afternoon and welcome, Dr. Daniels, Superintendent, Ms. Bryan, Principals, distinguished guests, parents, and graduates. We are very lucky to be here today, and thank you for sharing this moment with us. As we look back on the past 4 years, much has happened. When we first began here at Northrop as freshmen, it was an adjustment from middle school. As we worked our way through high school, there were many obstacles that we faced, such as school construction and leadership changes. But as we finally came to our senior year, we had worked our way through these obstacles and made it to the top. Then, out of the blue, we had a pandemic. During our senior year, we've had to navigate a new school landscape, having hybrid classes, not being at school every day, and not being able to see each other in person every day. But the things I believe are the most important are the things that have nothing to do with academics. Throughout high school, we have created lasting friendships and many memories. We have joined clubs and sports, raised money for good causes, and tried new things. We are finally adults, and this is the last thing that all of us will share together. And from this point on, we get to make our own decisions. Do I go to college or trade school, get a job, or do I start a family? Whether how good or bad the choice is, the final decision is ours. And when moving forward, as we are about to, it is always a good choice to look back and recognize and thank the people around you that have helped you to grow and to mature. For me, this is my family. Without my parents, I wouldn't be here today, and without my mom, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It is indescribable how much she cares for my siblings and myself. And for the past 4 years, I have worked hard alongside all of you so that I could stand here today and tell my mom this. Thank you for being there for me and that I love you. And as we move forward,
I'd like to share this quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. "For it isn't by size that you win or fail, be the best of whatever you are." This quote encompasses that no matter what our choices are, we can choose to excel and that we must always choose to be the best we can. To the class of 2021, the choice is now yours. Congratulations and thank you.
The Northrop community of teachers, parents, and students are very proud of the students assembled before us. Each student has worked hard to earn a diploma and deserves to hear his or her name read at commencement exercises. In order that no name be missed and that our attention remains focused on our graduates, please hold your applause until all graduates have been announced. The graduates of the class of 2021 respectfully request that the audience not applaud or otherwise recognize individual students as names are being read. They also ask that no pictures be taken from the floor of the Coliseum. Graduates will receive their diplomas from Ms. Liz Bryan, Dr. Mark Daniel, Ms. Gett Nichols, Ms. Kathy Friend, and Ms. Julie Hollingsworth will extend congratulations to the graduates. We will now begin reading the names of the graduates of the class of 2021. Emily Jackson. Madeline Kay. Wigden Hussein. Kira Boucher. Carlinda Nguyen. Kendall Bragger. Austin Tran. Catherine Hofer. Jordan Marsh. Ashley Bishop. Madison Brooks. Nicole Bursova. Ethan Byers. Kylie Davenport. Jordan Dollarheight. Jessica Elsner. Brendan Fisher. Matthew Foster. Grace Gonzalez. Lillian Heffley. Chloe Hugg. Hannah Johnson. Nell Jordan. Madeline Klee. Emily Kidda. Amaria Langhorn. Clarissa Lanza. Renee Liu. Jacob Luttrell. Stephanie Macy. Brandon Martinez Quintana. Dale Milkovich. Nyla Muhammadagich. Emily O'Grady. Krisa Camille Palabay. Jared Pease. Diana Ramirez. Madison Reeder. Jose Reducindo.
Parker Reichart. Ethan Reckley. Trinity Rhinesmith. Kayla Rice. Adiana Drizvich. Anna Maria Ruiz. Caleb Zimmerman. Itzel Satamba. Aaliyah Sweet. Conde Ta. Maggie Terrio. Wei Wei Tong. Tiana White. Wiki Wu. Rowan Yost. Andreas Aguilera. Christopher Astorga. Lauren Barnett. Cadence Beachy. Madison Beakley. Michaela Beinecke. Dashel Bangs. Cody Bergman. Taylor Bolton. Megan Flesher. Gracie Hayden. Ava Hicks. Allison Horner. Morgan Howard. Jessica Keeler. Gregory Keller. Libby Klein. Samantha Comfer. Gabrielle Lippa. Riley Moss. Madison Mitchell. Rebecca Moravec. Yaslin Munoz. Jalen Gugi. Juventino Pacheco.
Abigail Pio. Kayla Powers Johnson. Yvonne Ruiz Mondragon. Lucas Rumbold. Bethany Schmidt. Brianna Schuler. Natalie Wakefield. Andrea Weber. Lauren Welds. Skylar Whitman. Jacob Wixom. Ibrahim Abdirahman. Kaya Abdullah. Samuel Ackerman. Ariana Adams. Annalisia Alberson. Alexander Alcantara Mondragon. Sanaya Aljermi. Ferris Aljermi. Michael Almanza. Lauren Ambergy. Zoe Anderson. Kaylin Arbuckle. Denver Argerbright. Sandra Armstrong. Alexander Ashby. America Bahena. Josiah Bailey. Kaylee Baker. Lennox Baker. Delane Benasiak. Faith Barbetta. Landon Beck. James Balanso. Michaela Bergman. Xavier Baruman.
Jaden Billingsley. Michael Bird. Dalton Black. Ross Blackator. Jennifer Bajorque Sainz. Analicia Balanos. Karis Bond. Shane Angel Bongbana. Taylor Bordner. Alexandria Bortner. Alexandra Butico. Lane Boykin. Brianna Boyles. Dylan Bradley. Serenity Bragg. Colin Brennan. Riley Brinsfield. Samuel Brown. Corbin Brubaker. Christopher Burns. Cameron Butler. Joshua Campbell. Lauren Campbell. Zachary Campbell. Ariana Kano. Anastasia Cart. Anna Chapman. Michael Chapman. Jacob Chase. Alexis Chavez. Brennan Chilton. Kristen Christofferson. Madison Colbart. Kevin Cook. Demarius Cowan. Dylan Cowing. Cyrus Cristofano. Dashana Dance.
Khalil Dance. Clark Davidson. Elijah Dewart. Jesus Diaz. Carson Dipple. Olivia Dahl. Jaira Donnell. Matthew Dunn. Peyton Duval. Kayla Dye. Jana Eccles. Callie Edwards. Trinity Eliason. Ronnie Akite. Marcos Escobar Ayala. Ayla Esmerovich. Elijah Espinosa. Devin Esquivel. Caleb Furch. Danielle Flaw. Taylor Flickinger. Tyler Flickinger. Kareem Freeman. Yasmin Gauna Martinez. Dulce Garcia. Edith Garcia. Jansen Garner. Amar Gedio. Sarah Gensel. Jalea Gentry. Jashawn Gillespie. Devon Godsey. Lacey Goff. Delaney Golden. Daniela Gonzalez Esquivel. Alexander Gonzalez. Hector Gonzalez. Israel Gonzalez. Alexis Gooden.
Michael Gray. Quincy Green. Goldie Griffin. Adriana Griffith. Cheyenne Griffith. Maya Griffith. Kian Grismore. Jonathan Guardado. Allison Gutierrez. Ezekiel Guzman. Kaviana Hackworth. Mariah Hagan. Emina Halilovich. Kirsten Hall. McKenna Hansen. Jermila Hardy. Havana Hart. Christian Hatch. Brenda Hernandez. Diego Hernandez. Fidencio Hernandez. Kimberly Hernandez. Jawan Hill. Derek Hinton. Grace Horton. Isaac Tu. Liberty Irby. Connor Jackson. Zachary Jeffrey. Hussein Jamal. Sasha Johnson. Breja Juarez. Michael Carbach. Raina Keith. Jamel Curlegrand. Jacob Carvis, Jesse Kosh, Kalisha Johnson,
Callie. Caden Kramer. Marissa Lamb. Kai Landis. Bailey Langston. October Lara. John Lauke. Law Lom. Haley Lemire. Jonah Lemon. Nye Lynn. Kyle Linnemeyer. Kanich Lopez Salazar. Jeremy Lopez. Austin Lowe. Andrew Luther. Josue Jonathan Machado Martinez. Maria Malagon. Caitlin Markley. Cassie Maroney. John Martin. Christopher Martinez Reynoso. Anaí Martinez. Jesus Jonah Martinez. Michael Martinez. Naili Martinez. Dalina Mascorro. Simone Matisi. Naya Matheny. Devin McCullough. Charles McClurg. Sebastian McCormick. Jaden McCowan. Christian McGuire. Tyrese McKinney. Ong Min. Siri Me. Gavin Michael. Delilah Milkovich. Caleb Millage.
Ashton Miller. Morgan Miller. Marissa Minnick. Corey Miner. Anaj Moore. Jayla Moore. Damian Moreno. Annika Musso. Braden Mudrack. Hugo Munoz. Nirika Munoz. Madison Murphy. Adiana Musadanagic. Amaya Nagel. Caitlin Nealons. Anthony Nelson. Christopher Naiman. Michael Wen. Vu Wen. Mariah Nine. Brandon Nino Cuevas. Alberto Nino. Jennifer Nino. Alexis Norris. Roscoe Nunn. Austin Ormsby. Walter Ortega Lopez. Ethan Osborne. Heaven Pace. Amaya Page. Alyssa Palmer. Mahir Patel. Kayla Perkins. Jasmine Perry. Jenny Pham.
Brian Fan. Rebecca Piekarski. Dakaya Pittman. Maya Powell. Andrew Peinert. Daniel Quach. Shady Quito. Elena Ramirez. Sabrina Rail. Avery Reichard. Caleb Ryder. Mariah Revel. Alexander Rice. Broderick Richards. Jalen Ridley. Addison Roach. Cassandra Rodriguez. Dylan Rimke. Walton Rogers. Nicholas Romero. Salomon Romero. Isabella Rose. Alexandra Salinas. Aaron Salisbury. Darius Sanders. Markeisha Sanders. Vincent Somm. Kennedy Savio. Maya Schulteis. Jasmine Scribner. A. Syke. Matthew Setters. Connor Schaefer. Isaiah Schaefer. Serenity Shaw. Columbus Shepherd. Neely Shurik. Samarion Sims. Sophia Skembos.
Ashley Smith. Destiny Smith. Erica Smith. Jacob Smith. Janali Smith. Kamani Smith. Kiera Smith. Braden Snap. Cameron Snell. Alex So. Mahem Sorn. Noah Sosenheimer. DeJour Spencer. Cody Sproat. Sydney Steinforth. Joshua Steffen. Trinity Steffen. Aaliyah Stauffer. Nicole Stricker. Fernando Suarez. Ethany Sipaset. Amarion Taylor. Ashton Terry. Jalen Thomas. Jalen Thompson. Ethan Totten. Yep. Za Tun. Ariana Turner. Giselle Vargas. Nadia Velez. Ana Villalobos. Braulio Villegas. Seth Wallhart. Tyler Walker. Asiana Wallace. Kaylani Waltz. Kayla Warfield. Denia Warren.
Braden Waters. Isaac Weaver. Michael Weaver. Dalen Weeks. Dominic Weir. Destiny Weller. Brianna West. Kara White. Madison Whitesell. Dorothea Weilman. Sarah Wiley. Aja Wilkins. Alyssa Williams. Bailey Williams. Harley Williams. Demontry Wills.
Genevieve Wilson. Tyler Wilson. Veronica Wilt. Leasia Windrow. Matea Winston. Emil Witherspoon. Marissa Wolfile. Thomas Wolf. Nova Wood. Devin Woods. Stephen Yiser. Morgan Yoho. Logan Youngerman. Trey Zwig.
Before we ask the graduates to make their final act of turning their tassels, please know that the students will be dismissed into the halls to receive their diplomas, and then they will proceed outside. The audience is to remain in their seated area until all graduates are outside, and we will then announce the dismissal of the audience. Please do not dismiss until you're announced to do so. Would the graduating class of 2021 please rise? To signify your graduation from Northrop High School, please turn your tassel from the right to the left. At this time, we dismiss the graduates and ask the audience to remain seated until we announce your dismissal shortly. Thank you.